Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Let's Design a Planet Coaster. We are back at Alto's Paradise and we're beginning straight into time-lapse mode as I update the water from basically using the technique that I outlined in the previous episode. It seems like the reaction from you was pretty positive to redoing and replacing, the old paths using this new method. And I think I'm pretty happy with how this whole area turned out. I feel like a broken record every time I say those combinations of words, but I truly believe that. And as you can see here, I'm doing a little bit of a terraforming on the edges, just so that we hide the imperfections of the water. You see, when I started this, I should have lowered the terrain a little bit so that the roof pieces that I'm using were, a little bit down. That way I wouldn't have to do the terraforming upwards. But I ended up liking the way the edges looked, kind of like going up a bit. So I don't know, that was a good little detail. And now over here, you may be wondering what the hell it is that I'm doing, all those like steps. What I was trying to do is, continue the river or that little creek and have it, sort of merge with the big little lake that we have in the back, kind of outside of the park. And I realized that, there's obviously a difference in height, and I decided to maybe, put like a cascade of sorts. And we're faking water, right, with roof pieces. And I started doing like the tiered system where just the roofs will stack on top of each other, but I wasn't really happy about that, so I ended up using the curved roof, as you can see right there on the screen. And that worked much better. One thing I did try to do is add the steam effects. The time lapse is going way too fast that I can't even really describe what I did. But I'm sure you saw there for a moment. The steam didn't work very well for basically what I wanted to do is have the rocks kind of bounce against the water, or that was the idea at least. And have it have a little bit of steam so that the water will look a little bit more real. But I decided ditching that and just keeping it simple with just rocks and that roof piece. And now over here, I decided to turn that, because this area used to be kind of like a grotto, and I ended up changing it to this medieval kind of bridge thing. It's a little bit over the top, but it's clearly a fake kind of theme park style. I'm not 100% sure I love this build in particular. I'm like, I don't know, 75% happy with it. I think I'm definitely going to come back and add a few more details or, refactor a few of these design elements. But for the time being, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So I could have easily, deleted the whole thing and not even included in the time lapse. But I decided to keep it because it's better than what we had before. It's definitely an improvement. And I was going for like a medieval / industrial aesthetic. I'm using this metal, black metal elements pretty much all over the map. That's like my new theme element, and I think it fits together pretty well, the different areas. And obviously I had to move the exit the exit path from what was the name of that ride? I never remember the name of that one ride. But with those golden shields over there, whatever, coat of arms, I guess. I think it turned out pretty nice. Now, going back to replacing the water, because I did it in stages. I was just coming up with ideas and doing it. I know, I'm all over the place all the time. But that's just how I play. When I think of something cool, even if it means stop doing what I'm doing, just go and do it. Now over here, we are on the other side of the map. We're inside of this main building thing that we did in the previous episode. And I decided to add a little bit more life inside of it. So I plopped down the 3 shops. We have the Burger Chief, the Cosmic Cow, and the Hat's Fantastic. And then moving on, we're working on covering the ugly entrance with a bit of a structure around it. Which actually, this is, it's super simple. It's a really simple building, but I loved how it turned out. I'm absolutely massively happy with the result. I did like a roof garden which is something that I'm hoping to do more often. Actually, by the end of the episode, I'm going to show you another building that I'm working on, which it's not going to be finished in this episode, but it's I'll say that it's pretty much there. It's like 60% there, which also features a garden rooftop, which is great. And now, I mean, I love it. It's super simple. It has the sign of the ride, and over here, I'm just like putting lights here and there. At the end of this episode, we're going to go out of time-lapse mode. I'm going to navigate through the different areas, and I want to show you how this the park is looking during the daytime as well as nighttime, because I've been spending some time off camera adding lights here and there. I still have a ton of work to do in terms of adding lights, but at least the main areas of the map are lit up, and at least you can kind of see them at night. But let's just wait for that at the end of the episode. Now, moving on, I was just adding details, bits and bobs here and there. It's trying to like make it a little bit more interesting. I haven't put props in this building yet, but I decided that this was a good time because I didn't want to like fill everything with green roofs or anything like that. So just some like wooden structures and barrels usually do the trick pretty well, just to like add, that extra level of, well, I don't want to say detail again, but like it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Now over here, continuing with the design for this big walls that we have here. I tried so many designs. This is, it ended up looking kind of nice. I liked how it turns out. But it took me a while to get to that point. You see, this design was kind of flawed, so I got rid of it, and then I started, adding a few like little edges there to like, create some texture and separation between things. I tried my luck with those. What are those, like Roman pillars? They look okay, but they felt a little bit out of place for this one particular building. So I decided to get rid of some of those white textures. I unfortunately I did that off camera, so you're not going to see it. As far as you know, this is how it's going to end, but trust me, at the end of the time lapse, I'll show you how it will look. But I did keep the separation in the wall, like all those wooden posts over there, one on top of the other. And yeah, really, really happy with how that turned out. Another thing that I started doing is I wanted to, I think the little, what do you call it? You'll see me add those in a moment. Oh, by the way, I added this massive windows, and I think I'm going to do that more often because they look really nice. They almost look like there's like a big kind of atrium on the other side, which you really can't see, but just using my imagination, I think it really looks good and makes this like a big important building and not just any other building. I mean, besides the height of the building itself, it's pretty grandiose, as I always, I don't know why I always use that word, but I guess it's somewhat true. Now over here, I was trying to replicate the same design that we had on the other side, trying different combinations of windows. I ended up going for a really simple design, so nothing too crazy. I like simple, actually. It's kind of I don't know, kind of like philosophy. I don't want to sound like a douche, but it's I like keeping things simple and not overly complicated, because I change my mind more often than not, and refactoring complex things is never a good idea. And this Exhibit 8, I'm gonna talk about what I'm doing here. I wanted to like create a better entrance. And you see, when we created this first spark, I thought that I knew what I was doing, but I totally did not know what I was doing. So I created a massive tower that is like right in front of the entrance. And not only is right in front of the entrance where you can't see anything, but it's also like offset by a few tiles. Unfortunately, it puts so much work into that I like how it looks. So I don't want to demolish or move it because it's all integrated with the ride and everything. So I decided to create a bit of a main street around that. And as you can see here, I created like a second lane, if that's could be called a lane, where I duplicated some of the custom benches that I designed a while ago. and decided to create a bit of a, like a nice walkway that kind of curves around this whole structure. It looks amazing from up above. You'll see by the end of this little time lapse where I'm starting by adding those custom lights that I made for the previous episode for the main building. I did some like detail work over there. I put the the white concrete base. And then, of course, I'm just filling all these gaps with patterns of flowers and bushes. It's definitely looking really nice. It added a ton of color to this whole area. And one thing that I wanted to keep all this vegetation at a low level. One thing I tried, I don't know if you noticed that at the very beginning, was using those like yellow pine trees. But they're way too tall. I know I can like sunk them in the ground, but it wasn't that great. So I decided to only use flowers and bushes, and I think they turned out pretty good. Now over here, this whole middle part, it's still a very much a work in progress. I'm not sure whether to put a ride in there or just keep vegetation or like decoration things, but. We'll definitely come back to that. All I did at that point was just add a little hedge with a little lights. That way we kind of follow the same pattern that we have on the other side of the map. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'll clarify that during the live version of this video. Now over here, we have a brand new building that kind of has a staircase in between. I've been watching Conflictnerd Dylan's Planet Coaster videos, and he's doing this quite a bit. By the way, I recommend you go check those out. I'm going to include the link in the description to his channel and to his Planet Coaster library. You can tell him that I sent you. That'll be much appreciated. But yeah, he's doing this thing where he creates a building and kind of has the paths sort of go inside of the building. I thought that was really cool, and I decided to give it a shot. So I know there's like a pillar in the middle of the path over there. But it's, in real life, people will just avoid it. I think there's still a ton of room for people to walk around. So yeah, sure, most likely people are going to be clipping through that pillar in the game, but it's fine. It's fine, dude. You didn't see that. And as you can see here, I'm playing with this idea of having like different levels, different height levels, and different types of roofs. And also, I picked this blue roofs too because I wanted to kind of integrate it with the cosmic cow that's right across the street. You can see that right there in the back. That way we're kind of like integrating this different materials, so it's not all bricks and sandstone and the white walls, and we add a bit of a modern touch to it. This building is the one that I was mentioning in the beginning of the time lapse, which is one that I'm not gonna finish during this episode, but we'll get it to, I don't know, like 60-70% completion, which is pretty good for a Planet Coaster video. I've spent I don't know, let's see, the footage is about, I think it was about 5 hours total recording. So a big chunk of my 4th of July weekend spent recording this. It was totally worth it, trust me. For some reason I managed to, I don't know exactly what it is, but I was feeling a little bit frustrated the last couple of episodes of Planet Coaster because like everything felt like it took so long, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like I changed the way I build things or the strategy that I do. I feel like I was embarking on like huge projects that obviously I could not finish from one week to another based on my crazy schedule, but and that was a little bit demotivating. I wasn't really happy about that, and that made me not enjoy the game as much. But I'm now trying to like do things, definitely not finish them 100%, but at least get constructions that I know I can finish in 2 episodes easily, or I can do like half a building in one episode, the other half in the other, and then start a new one. But yeah, I think that's a better strategy, and I think it's already yielding to very good results. So let's take a look at some of the things that I was just building in super fast time-lapse mode, and really show you in detail how they look. So what we have here is this main building, which I would say it's still, I don't know, like 95% done. There's a few things that I want to add to this. I'm not entirely sure what I think we can definitely do an improvement. As you can see here, we have this little planters all over the place. This wall, I think we need to do something about this wall. This area right here, I like it, but I'm not 100% in love with it, so I might come back to this at some point. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I added windows inside of this kind of like internal gallery of sorts. Also, for some reason, the collision of these plants wouldn't allow me to put a few over here, so I'm not entirely sure how to go about that, but I'll try to fix that off camera for the next episode if I can. And let's see what else. I also added all these like tiny little details. I think I mentioned that during the time lapse, and they look okay. They just add, you know, a little bit more life to the park. Over here, this particular building looks really nice for some reason. I really like how this turned out. I'm seriously considering bringing this texture all the way over here because I think it looks a little bit odd. I mean, it has the same window pattern, but it doesn't carry this wooden details and I don't know, moldings. And same over here. We might have to redo this whole area. Not really do it, but just like add whatever is missing and you know, come up with the same design. Also put down one of these cannons over here on this gap that we had. Also, as you can see, there's like lights everywhere. I wish that we can hide this a little bit better, but I just wanted to, you know, light up this this tower at night, and you'll see it in a minute when I do indeed switch into nighttime. But it's definitely looking good. Let me zoom in over here. There's also like tons of little details here, mostly props, as well as, you know, some like wall decorations. Nothing too crazy. Just try to keep it simple for the most part. I mean, there's so much detail that you can see. There's like a limit of detail that you can see. Like if I show you this angle right here, there's so much going on, but you wouldn't be able to identify, you know, one thing individually. But I think overall it's good. Let me walk you through the entrance right here. Let's go into this mode. As you can see, this is the entrance for the magic twirl, which is that right in the back. And before I go in and follow the path, let me just show you how this whole area looks. Because we have this stores over here. Like I said, we have the Hat's Fantastic, the Cosmic Cow, and the Burger Chief. And over on this side, we have the toilets. And also, I put down some lights. You're going to see how this place looks at night. But yeah, we have lights everywhere. Let me pause the game real quick. That way we don't get the nighttime just yet. Over here, nothing too crazy. We still have the same details, except I added a few props on this little corner. But this is mostly kind of a mess, so I might have to come back to this, even though it looks kind of nice. I mean, if I go inside of the building, this is what the inside looks like. Nobody on YouTube will ever show you things like this, but I am. I'm not ashamed. I try to like design interiors too, but since this building is like completely closed off from everything else, I don't think there's really a point in me doing that. So, like I was saying, let's take a little walk on the path that leads into the magic twirl, which I don't think I've done that in the previous episode. And I guess I could just play the game. Why not? We want to go into nighttime anyways at some point during this video, so we might as well, you know, slowly but surely speed up the time. One thing I did that I didn't mention during the time lapse is I smoothened out the roller coaster a little bit more. So I'll give you another point of view shot of that as well. This is so beautiful. I love how this whole area turned out. So much detail everywhere. It's ridiculous. You don't even know where to look. So let's go over here into our newly created, you know, main entrance path. And as you can see, it's much more cleaner. That's the new building in the back, just to give you a point of reference. And I mean, seriously, I'm really happy with how this whole area turns out. I wasn't very happy with the design of this custom lamps when I created them for, you know, for this area right here. But with the addition of this whatever this white concrete thing it's called, it's definitely an improvement, and I couldn't be happier with how that looks and how that turned out. Now over here, like I said, this building is probably done to, I don't know, like 60%, 70%. And it's already looking pretty good. I went ahead and did that design. Let me try to reposition the camera real quick. I did this like roof garden thing, and if you look inside, whoa, it's getting kind of crazy controlling the camera, but I'm getting better at it. We have the Hat's Fantastic and the Burger Chief, and I didn't do the Cosmic Cow because we obviously have, if the camera stops bouncing around, we have the Cosmic Cow right across the street. So hopefully you can drive people to this building too, and you know, create a little bit more of a, you know, like aliveness factor. And this will be one of maybe 2 more buildings that will be on this area. And I have some specific plans for this little corner right here that is going to be a little bit more different than what I usually do. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell is this path that kind of curves around and goes up? Well, I also need to fix that. Don't mind that. You didn't see that. I need to like basically get people up here, and I want things to sort of wrap around. Let me exit that camera mode. There we go. I want to connect this path and you're reunited over there. That way we can have a flow of visitors, you know, up in this area, which will most likely feature at least 1 or 2 rides. So that's a very future plan for the future. But as you can see, I mean, I like this layout. It kind of like hugs this whole area now, and with a different color texture, it just makes it a little bit more interesting. So let's do something. Let's go into night mode. Let's speed up the time, and let's see how everything looks like. All right, that seems about right. Let's zoom back in and start over on this side. This spotlights are probably a little bit too close to the subject, but actually, why is everything looking kind of like glowy? Should I maybe like let the simulation run a little bit forward? I feel like there's like a spotlight in here. It is indeed looking kind of weird. What is going on? There's no sun or anything. Did the game just change somehow? Why is everything like super bright and weird? You see what I'm seeing, right? It's all like shiny and... Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted like a real like nighttime. Also pause the game, that way we don't like skip through the nighttime. So this corridor right here, I mean, it looks much more like theme parky, right? With all these like pink and red colors and like hints of blue. And if we go down here, it's kind of dungeony, but with this light fixtures on the ceiling, sorry, it's definitely looking much nicer. Also, like these things despawn when you don't look at them. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, this is still coming together. Not fully done, like I said. Nothing is really ever fully done. But we have the magic trail, and look at this wall. It's also like pink and reddish. I'm really happy with the light work so far. I think it definitely adds a lot of character to the building. And it's definitely looking quite scary, if I do say so myself. So let me go real quick and show you the other parts of the map. So let's take a look at this front entrance. We already had some red spotlights around here. And obviously this building has no lights, so we'll have to come back to that and definitely make it all, you know, night mode friendly. But overall, it's looking good. Let me show you something else, because I've been brightening up a few areas. Hope you don't get dizzy from me like moving the camera so insanely crazy. I added a few more lights over here because this whole area was like super dark, and now it's all like fancy and shiny and enticing and makes me want to drink a milkshake really bad, which I guess that's sort of the goal, right? And if we move over here, I actually haven't seen this creepy bridge yet at night. Oh, it looks nice. With this yellow lanterns, it's definitely coming together. So maybe we need to light up this shields or coat of arms or whatever the name is, but not really a shield, but more of a coat of arms. Over here, no major changes. Everything is still looking pretty much the same way, except for the water, of course. Now we have this quote unquote real water. which is not really real, but it definitely looks more realistic than before. I did terraform a little bit under to get the roof tiles to be positioned better. That way I didn't have to like create a bump alongside the shore. Now coming over here, this whole area is looking good. However, this whole part of this building, it's looking a little bit dark, so I might have to add a few spotlights and maybe highlight some of the cool features that this construction has, because I think it's worth highlighting it and not just keeping it in the dark. Even though I love how this beams kind of like the spotlights kind of like have this glow around the lights, and how this whole area is lit up fantastically well. I'm really happy. I mean, even through here, it's just beautiful. Seriously. So this is Alto's Paradise. This is Alto's Paradise. I'm gonna leave you with some cinematic shots of the whole park, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a like. Maybe we can get to like 20 likes or something like that. And also, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing just to be updated every time one of these new videos comes out. There's also a link in the description of this video to the full playlist where you can watch every single episode in case you miss one. But unfortunately, that's all the time that I have for now. I want to thank you all for watching. Really hope to see you in the next one.